Hey guys, welcome to Trashy Stupid Fun. Today's movie is a horror anthology that I just watched on Netflix called Chillerama, and it came out recently. Apparently, it's made some like film festival round, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, excuse me. From what I read online, it doesn't look like it went to had a big theatrical release because it looked like parts of the movie were shown at film festivals. Yeah, and it's an anthology, so it's a set of four different movies going on. But then you have the first one we see. I mean, it's first set up basically, and I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to spoil the crap out of these movies because it's really hard to talk about each one. I mean, the whole movie without talking about each film separately. So the first one we see after it's all set up basically that these are movies being shown at a drive-in theater. So the first movie we see is Wadzilla, and it's about a guy who has some sort of dysfunction with his sperm counts, and gets pills for it, and basically it makes his one sperm grow bigger, and so it really hurts when he's aroused because it's when you get aroused. I don't want to get into that, but anyways, eventually he creates a giant sperm that attacks New York, and it's this craziness, and it was a lot of fun. It kickstarted the movie right away, and then yeah. There's not much I can say about that. It's just that was the basic plot. It's a big giant sperm attacks New York City. And then that led to the next movie. That went into the next movie. And I'm going to explain how all this worked in the end. But anyways, the next movie was really funny and really good. It was, I was a teenage werebear. And it was interesting. It was a musical slash horror, slash a werewolf type of deal. Only it was with a twist. It was about a closeted teenager who meets a bunch of other closeted teens who by the light of the moon apparently, even though they don't really show that, but they're closeted teenagers that he meets. They're like bikers or something, and they turn into werebears by night. Which like in the gay community, the leather bears, and that was the whole premise there, and it was kind of like a mix of. On Wikipedia they say it's like a mix of Twilight and Rebel Without a Cause, which I totally see the Rebel Without a Cause part because the main guy in it was wearing like the red shirt jacket thing like from Rebel Without a Cause. And yeah, there was that. I don't really compare it to Twilight, but that was really fun. That was fun and really this whole movie is in your face and never really lets up, and I kind of liked that appeal to it. It's just very raunchy, just in your face. And this one was like a 1960s musical slash horror kind of thing going on. And there's not a lot of movies like that, but that's what it was. It was basically set in the 60s. And the first one before that, Wadzilla, was set in the 50s. It was like a monster movie, basically. It was the atomic. It was like the atomic age monster movie. And then after I Was a Teenage Werebear, that led right into the next movie, which was The Diary of Anne Frankenstein. And this one, it was really fun. It was funny at times, and it was just because most of it was all black and white, and it was. It started off like it was Anne Frank in the attic with her parents, but then it turned. It turns out that their name used to be Frankenstein, and they had the diary of apparently Anne Frankenstein, and somebody named Frankenstein, where apparently it was it was just the basic Frankenstein story, only it was with a twist. And anyways, Hitler comes in and kills everybody, and basically tells them to make. I won't give everything away, so never mind. But anyways, Hitler comes along and kills everybody, and then leaves with a diary, so he can make his own monster, which turns out to be a Jewish Frankenstein monster. And it's just, parts of it were really like, what? Because it goes there. It is just really demented. But anyways, I don't want to give too much of the jokes away for that one. And the whole thing is in German, or most of the people are talking German in this. And it has subtitles. But apparently the guy who plays Hitler isn't really speaking German. It's just a lot of gibberish. And at certain parts you could tell he's just saying words, random words. Because, I think he starts listing off Star Wars characters at some point. Or it's just saying other stuff. It's really random. And anyways, that was a crazy one. And, yeah. I wasn't sure about it at first, but I really liked the way it ended. And then after that, I'm kind of glossing over some of it, but I don't know. And then that led into a fake movie, thankfully, about people pooping, and it was gross. I'm glad it didn't last. Then it led right into the real movie, which was called Zombie Movie. Like a B movie, but it was a spoof of zombie movies. And that was that whole storyline was actually carried from the start of the film through weaving it through the other movies. Because the base of the movie was that it was set up at a drive-in theater that was going to go out of business. And so, the start of it was this guy who was going to go. I won't give everything away, but it helped move that story along. So when he gets to that final ending, that was the zombie movie essentially, and it was weaved through the rest of the movies, which is kind of cool. And it's the basic idea is the basic plot for zombie movie is that these people are made zombies through sexual acts, and it's just crazy and really again in your face. And it was just, it was very nuts and very fun. And I liked that it was, weaved through each of the stories, so that, you had a nice little payoff there, kind of. And then after, I don't want to spoil the complete ending, because it was just really fun. It was just a really fun anthology movie. And, you don't see zany, crazy zany horror movies like this anymore. Because this one reminded me of the movies I've recently watched that I enjoyed, like Popcorn and Waxwork and stuff like that. It was very much in that kind of vein of craziness and horror that I really liked. And I read a nice little tidbit about Wadzilla, that the Kyoto, I can't think of how you say their name, but the brothers who did the Killer Clowns from Outer Space effects and directed that movie were behind the effects of Wadzilla, which I really liked. Because I believe that the giant sperm for some of the shots was like a big, stop motion animation thing. But I don't know. I couldn't tell at times. Didn't totally care. I just liked the way it looked. It's very, very cool and just very, very interesting. And I think it was a puppet. I don't know if it was a puppet or stop motion, because sometimes it looked like stop motion. It was really cool. Oh, but yeah, I like that those guys are still getting work. So I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and I kind of keep hoping they're going to do a sequel, but I don't think that's coming through now. But I just like that they're still doing stuff. So yeah, and I definitely recommend this movie if you like crazy horror anthology movies or anthology movies in general. It's a fun 2-hour film. It's on Netflix, so, if you have Netflix, there's no excuse not to see it, because it was fun and cuckoo. And I think for my next episode, I really want to revisit a couple bad movies from my childhood. Maybe more, but I don't know. I don't know how many episodes I could do like that, but I'm going to check out a couple films that I liked as a kid that I don't know if I could watch now, but we'll see. So, until next time,